Okay, before we get started, and understand, there is not much here. This show had very little on it except for two things, and one of them setting up a pay-per-view, well, premium live event, and the other one should have been on a premium live event. Before we get started though, I want to make this clear. I have not filmed my gut report yet on the releases of WWE. I am going to do it. And just in case someone below says, dude, do you know Matt Riddle's gone? Yes, I know. I know Matt Riddle is gone. I was actually doing a little bit of research when the commercials came on during Smackdown to see if anybody knew. And I found out Matt Riddle is no longer with the company. He has been removed. But I don't buy what they said about him and burning bridges. I will need to check that again to make sure I understand what they said. But it's pretty obvious they said that he pissed a lot of people off and burnt some bridges, so he's gone because of it. I don't think so. I'm going to check several other sites to see if there's any other opinion than that. I want to make it clear. I know there's about almost 20 people or more that have already been released. What did I tell your asses? Didn't I tell many of you, like some of the people down below that love WWE and don't want to believe that Vince is in charge, that he's in control, and that he wouldn't fire anybody? Look what's going on. They've already fired several executives. One executive left on his own. They're already firing most of the staff that the TKO Holdings new staff that's coming from Endeavor is going to take over. A lot of people are gone, but the wrestlers are the one we're worried about, and we got about 20 of them or more. By the time I upload this, maybe on a Saturday or Sunday, when I do my gut report, I'm going to see if I can do it tomorrow. But if it's not going to be tomorrow, it'll be Saturday or Sunday. It'll be Saturday or Sunday. Well, Saturday, Sunday, or Monday. I'm hoping to do this video tomorrow, then film the gut report on Vince McMahon and his meeting where he walked in with a cane and lied through his damn teeth about the reason why the Holdings merger happened. The TKO, it's pissing me off that people don't understand what has happened. But I'll get on that video, and I will do a gut report on NWA's change, because I think they're in NWA Power episode 125 or 26. So I'm going to watch 124 when I believe that's when they did the change, and then 125, and if they have a 126 up, I'm going to see if I can watch that as well. And then I can do a gut report on that and what my feelings are. I don't know if I'll do a review of NWA Power from that point on, but at least I'll tell you if NWA looks different, if it's feeling better or something. Now, this is taking up to 3 minutes. This show will not take me long because there's not much on this show and only two things that mattered. One, the ending of the show, and two, that should not have even been on the damn show. It should have been on a premium live event. Let's open Street Profits with Street Profits versus Rey and Santos Escobar with Zelina Vega and Bobby Lashley at ringside. This was not about the match. I've been saying it since it started. When Bobby started working with the Street Profits, they need to be different. I don't like the Street Profits in this form. I don't. Just because they're wearing black now does not mean they're different. They're still coming out dancing. They're still coming out joking around. And I want to have a different feel. And I don't want them to be the Hurt Business. I don't. That was Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin, who is now released. Yes, I know that too. I do know about that. But, I say but, I want them to have their own distinct type of feel with Bobby, and they don't have that. What happened? Near the end of the match, Bobby basically tried to help out by messing up Rey, and Angelo was supposed to do his business, but he hesitated and he lost. And then afterward, Bobby pretty much got pissed at them both. Not just Angelo, but also to his partner. Montez had to take the heat as well. Now the question is, are they going to actually do something different with them? Are they going to let them change their characters? Don't know. Next, Brawling Brutes versus Austin and Grayson Waller. I feel like this is going to be a tag team from now on. They got no idea what to do with Grayson Waller. They have no idea what to do with Austin Fury. So they're sticking them together as a tag team like they normally do. And they let them win. I'm going to tell you this. Next to my nose, itchy. I'm going to tell you this. Do I believe it's going to work? I have no idea. It counts on how they write for these guys. Both of them are talkers at this time. Not great talkers, but they talk. That's what they've been known for. Now it's going to be a question if they can make it work. I'm just saying. Next. I got to say this. As you see from the title, I had to do it. Wait, actually, wait. Let me wait. We got a vid pack from the two people I'm shocked to see. They've never shown them. Barely at all. And that's Aladon and Alba Fire. They finally did a vid pack on them. That's less than maybe 10 seconds or 15 seconds long. Talking about the titles being cursed. Who could have done it? That's what they're going by. 10 or 15 second little snippet of them. Which we haven't seen them in months. I'm just saying. But let's get to the one thing that I was very upset about. That I was pissed. Beyond recognition. The Women's Championship. Women's World Championship. Asuka versus Iyo Shirai. I'm not doing Sky. I'm doing Shirai. This was stupid. It's not the point that it was a great match, because it was. It was a straight up Sojo match. A shimmer match. A DDT. If they got some women DDT, I haven't seen DDT much. But a Sojo match. A shimmer match. Where it's physical. At one point, you can see on the left buttock a really bad welt on a Iyo Shirai's ass. That buttock was bright, big, fat red when she got kicked in the leg by an Asuka. They were not joking. This was a straight up Japanese women's match. Not an American version of a Japanese women's match. It was a straight match where they were trying to really show strong style. This should have been on a premium live event. It should have been on a premium live event. Worse yet, you bring out Charlotte Flair to be interjected. You couldn't just leave it where you could have just let these women have a straight match and build up into that match. No, they don't build up into Iyo and Asuka. They only have a woman talking. And it could have been Asuka herself that was talking, possibly. I'm not saying it because Asuka does speak English. She can speak some English pretty well, from what I understand. But you barely promoted Asuka going against Iyo. You could have built it up over almost a month period. Going into this, if they're going to finally have it, almost no build. A match that people have been wanting for so long, it meant nothing on SmackDown, and then you let Iyo win the way she did because of distraction by Charlotte, who shouldn't even be interjected into the match. We haven't seen Charlotte in weeks. Why care about her? I don't care about Charlotte. It's not the point if she's a good wrestler or a bad wrestler or a great politicker sucking dick or not. I don't care. I wanted to see Iyo versus Asuka and have Damage Control sent to the back. I wanted a story with them. I wanted that. These two have known each other 15 freaking years. In Japan, they teamed together but never went up against each other generally. That doesn't mean they didn't really. I know they probably did maybe once or twice. In Japan, maybe. But they made it so important that they never did. And if that was true, which I don't think it was, they had to at least gone up against each other once or twice when they were first starting out. But the point is, these women deserved better. They should have built up into the story. They didn't. It's bullshit. Now, last thing, the contract signing that didn't but did. We get we get John Cena going out. He asked AJ Styles to be his partner to go up against the Bloodline. He agreed. They called out the Bloodline. Jimmy Solo. No Paulie comes out. Just Jimmy and Solo. They're ready to do something, but Jimmy pulls them back. Taking charge, which he really wanted to do because that's how they're trying to book this, and I will explain in a minute. But Jimmy was making decisions without Roman's approval. In the end, when there was a contract signing arranged through Adam Pearce, because he said it very clear to John and AJ, pretty much I have to, literally, it's a little complicated when it comes to Paulie. Now, Paulie made it clear he wanted this not now. He didn't want it tonight. So it was set up for Fastlane. Fine. You get AJ getting his ass whooped. You get Solo. Well, once AJ got his ass beat up by Jimmy and thrown on supposedly some tables where their containers and their suitcases of equipment would be, you see Solo on top of a very large structure. He jumps straight down, splats on AJ, supposing they take him away in the ambulance. You see Michan, you see Luke, and you see Carl in the ambulance with AJ. And Carl says, I wish he had not done this. I told him to leave it alone. And then you see John running out as the bloodline comes out and makes it very clear next to Paulie saying, oh, you can boo my tuchus all you want, honey. That's what he was saying to everybody. We rule. John comes out, tries to whoop ass. He gets 2 Samoan spikes, and he gets 2 splashes. Not 3. 2 splashes for his trouble. He has no partner going into Fastlane, which I believe, and I'm going to say it now, what we got here. Let me make this clear. What we currently have here is no Roman Reigns. Roman is out. He's on vacation. Either he's still injured, which that was a rumor, which I don't know if it's true or not. If it is, it is. If it isn't, it isn't. He's not there. He's taking time off. So they got to have Jimmy, Solo, and Paulie fill in the blanks. Jimmy now is taking charge because Roman's not there. And Paul, he's got to try and make it look good. Because it is obvious, without Roman Reigns, the Bloodline storyline has gone like this. There's no Jay, which if Jay was still there and had been, like I stated, the head of the table, that's what that moniker should have gone to and should have been about. The story between Jey Uso and Roman Reigns should have been about the head of the table. That's what it should be about. It should not be The Rock getting that moniker because we know The Rock would not be there. The only one that could make sense with that would have been Jay. But they didn't want to pull the trigger. So what do we got? Roman is not there. He still holds the title and the undisputed WWE title. Universal title. So they got to fill in the blanks. So now they have Jimmy being the head of the bloodline while we all know that Roman's not there. Even though Paulie keeps saying it. And now when it comes to Fastlane, we got several options here when it comes to the bloodline. To that match. We're either going to have John Cena with Cody Rhodes. John Cena with Sami Zayn. Possible. John Cena with a Rock. Not saying The Rock will do the wrestling match. I'm not saying he might. He might. But it's going to depend if they're willing to pull the trigger on The Rock doing anything now. Because simply, if The Rock gets interacted into this, sooner or later he's going to have to deal with Roman. And if he's doing this now, and they want to wait until Roman comes back, maybe by Survivor Series, at least then you'll have something. With Roman, with the bloodline, then maybe with John, maybe with a AJ by their side. They'll have John, AJ, and Rock versus Roman, Solo Sikoa, and Jimmy Uso. Maybe. Because I do not believe they're going to have Jay show up and work with John Cena. That would be a long shot. They might. They might actually do it. But I do believe it's either going to be Sammy, Cody, or The Rock. Unless they will pull the trigger on Jay, which it defeats the purpose of him showing up on Raw and working there. Because it'll mess up everything that's going on. Because Jay and Jimmy should not be even interacting yet. It should be by, what? Royal Rumble? And they'll be in the Royal Rumble and that's how they interact with each other. That would probably be the best way to do it. But that's just me. I'm just saying this is how it is. Peace.